Hello and welcome to our channel Daddy, Dad and Me. We became a family last summer when we adopted our son after starting our adoption journey back in 2018. As you can see from the channel, we have lots of vlogs to help prospective adopters and other adoptive families on their journey to parenthood. We have vlogged all about different aspects of our journey, from stepping foot right inside the adoption agency, the assessment process, and more recently, parenting Little Man. Here's today's vlog. Everyone, welcome back to our channel. Hope you are keeping well. As you'll see from the title of the video, this is a video about kind of changes within the parenting side of things. And what I mean from that is when, for our individual circumstances, is when there has been two parents and for whatever reason, obviously for our reason, it was work commitments. My husband had to work away for a period of time. Now, that was the first time, obviously, we had been parenting through lockdowns and COVID. So things had changed one day to the next, where my husband was here and then obviously he was gone for a period of time due to work. So I just wanted my top 5 tips to give you about almost how to manage that change, because the dynamic will change, and also just how to kind of facilitate that and kind of bring it to little ones' attentions, because obviously they will need to be involved in that. So number 1, speak about what is happening with your child. Obviously you want it on kind of a basic understanding. So we were speaking to Little Man saying that James was going away for a period of time. We let him know how that would be, how that would look. So when we would see him, how long for, why he was working away. And obviously for James within the theatre industry, that is things like shows that happen on a regular basis. So we have had it, I'm used to that since obviously being together with him. But obviously for Little Man, it's a very new thing, because having two parents, all of a sudden it's just one parent, and that dynamic changes totally. So we spoke very openly about it with him, and that was for quite a while. As soon as we were able to obviously be notified of that work change due to COVID, we were then able to start discussing that with him, almost drip feeding him, and we'd mention it. I wouldn't say every day, we didn't want to kind of put it down his throat, but we would say, oh, when so-and-so's away at work, we can do this, or we can go there, we can do this. And it's just saying, like, they're obviously like themed things and children parks and etc. So we were able to make really good positives from it, and what we could do whilst we were there, whilst we were away, where Ralph would be. And so it's just saying this is what the change is going to be, and we found that helped us get through it and what was going to change, because he was asking questions obviously once James had gone, and it was, I'd say it's very difficult for him at first, like it would be for anybody, in that change was there. So I was having to reinforce that message still whilst James was away, and I'd say it didn't take long for him to kind of grasp what was happening. But it was when we then eventually saw James that the dynamic changed again. We noticed behaviour changed, almost what I would kind of say is quite challenging behaviour, again because the dynamic had changed. We would be back together as a family, and then I would have to travel back with him, so things were changing, and it was obvious that was quite challenging. So yeah, the more you speak about it, you kind of just put it out in the open, and that enabled Little Man to ask us questions too about what would happen, where, why, how, etc. Number 2, speak to your support network. Your support network, as I've said on many videos before, is vital to you. Let them know what's happening, and that's so they can support not only you, but it's also your child as well. So if they see your child on a regular basis, or when they do see your child, they are able to talk about it too. So to your son or daughter, it becomes a normal thing. So they're like, oh, this person knows about it, and they've been talking about it with me. So the more you kind of do that, and let your support network what's going on, it not only supports you, and I needed it when I was away. I was talking very openly to family and friends. I was struggling some days, I'm not going to lie, and I found it easy to talk to my support network, and A good friend came over several times, and it just enabled me to have that adult time in which to kind of unwind after a day of parenting. As we all know, we've all been there, and there are a few days that were challenging. So yeah, just get kind of the buy-in with your support network, let them know what's happening, and try and involve them as much as you possibly can. Number 3 is speak to the professionals involved. So whether you're still in the adoption process or you're not, we found it quite helpful to speak with our social worker, and it was just a little bit after the adoption order. So for us, I just wanted almost like a professional opinion and viewpoint. How is best that we kind of broach that subject with him. Is there anything we need to do? Is there anything we need to look for? How can we support him? How can we support his needs? What should we do if this happens or that happens? And we found that really, really helpful in being able to kind of manage every day. And every day was different that I had with little man here. And what we were doing video calls via WhatsApp every day. And as much as we kind of struggled in one way, because I don't think video calls are the easiest with little ones, dependent on how they are with them. It was really, so that's just Ralph shaking his head outside. It became almost like little man looked forward to his video call every day, and we were able to talk about things, and that just became our new normal for a period of time. So yeah, definitely speak to your obviously support network, going over point 2. But point 3, yes, speak to the professionals involved, and speak to other adopters as well. That's what we found kind of really helpful if they've done it before. Number 4, if you're having a bad day, and I'm speaking from a personal viewpoint here, that is okay. Going from a 2-parent household to 1 was a real change, and as much as you can prepare for it, you can only prepare so much. The actual reality of it, waking up, obviously if they're ill or if you need to get up in the middle of the night, and if one of you is where we kind of call it tag team parenting, you can't have that when you're just on your own with your child or children. So to have that and that change, I struggled with a little bit. I wouldn't say all the time. And yeah, there were definite days where I was like, I need to call people, and I even called family at one point just because I needed a breather, just to give me some space almost. And that helped me, but I was quite pleased that I was able to recognise that within myself, to know, you know what, I need some downtime. I'm having a very difficult day. Little man was obviously being quite challenging on a particular day, and being able to recognise that and seek the support and help, that is what you should be doing. There is nothing wrong in that at all. I think sometimes people think, oh God, they can't manage. You can manage, but you're human. You're a parent, but you're not some kind of machine, Superman, Superwoman, whatever. So you shouldn't be expected. It is the hardest job in the world, as they say. So yeah, there is nothing wrong with having a bad day, challenging day, whatever you want to call it. If the most you can do is get showered and have a cup of coffee, that is a good day. And number 5 is just really don't have too much or too many expectations for what may or may not happen. I think in our heads with little man, we imagined that he would find it extremely tough, and we were almost trying to preempt certain situations that never actually happened. Yes, he had moments where he was upset, and where he found it difficult, like we have, but they were outweighed by all the positives, and being able to look forward to seeing everyone together as a family. And, oh, by the way, we can do this today, and on that day we're going to do this. And when we're there, and all of those things kind of really got us through. So yeah, just have very little expectations. Take each day at a time. I salute all solo parents, single parents, because it is extremely tough, as I found out. And being a dual parent household, we realised kind of how much you do tag team, and you kind of use some things to your strength, and if you're having, or it's easier to kind of manage diaries, etc. Whereas if it's just you, I was working, I had to go and do certain things. Yes, I was having days off, but I wasn't really having me time. I was just getting by and doing the things that I needed to do. So I hope those 5 tips help you. If anyone has any others, pop them in the link below. Have a look over on our Instagram as well, because there's lots of things on there that I kind of shared whilst James was away working. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, it was tough, but it was also really enjoyable. I had some really lovely moments with little man, because it was just us and Ralph. So yeah, there's nothing, it just been understanding of it, I think, is kind of the first step. And yeah, just kind of taking those 5 tips on board will kind of see you through. And I know couples on here, there are lots of them again in the online community as well, where partners, husbands, wives, etc. work away. And yeah, if you can all get through, it's just how you kind of approach the situation. So we're getting towards the end of July and it's almost the summer holidays. And as I said, kind of one video back, I'm going to be doing a follow-on almost, about kind of nursery school transitions, because the 6 weeks holiday, I'm like, wow, where did that come from? And all of a sudden, little man's starting school. So watch out for that video. Any kind of video vlog requests, or blogs even, I am more than happy to do that for you. So please do get in touch, daddydadandme@gmail.com, or on Facebook and Instagram as daddydadandme. Take care, and I will see you very soon. Mwah.